Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play RuneScape. So today I look kind of sexy. Ooh, I got 91 defense, forgot about that, I just got that a couple minutes ago actually. I am in RuneScape here, and I'm with my little mage here today. This is my main character, of course, still. It's just looks badass with his mage weapon there and his armor. He's got like some kind of crazy ass emo red tier thing going on, but anyways, I'm gonna show you a bit about magic and what I've learned, and as well as talk about where I've been leveling and what I've been doing. First of all, everything you see in my inventory here is some of the stuff I collected at the recent place, and I'm gonna show you later on where I got this from, but I just wanted to show you all these guys, and they go for a decent amount, to be honest. Not crazy amounts, but they can go for a decent amount. You can elk them, probably get a wee bit more than what you get now, but I've never actually bothered trying it yet, so I'm just not going to bother. And we can go to the Grand Exchange here, and oh boy, I sold a bunch of stuff finally. I had a bunch of stuff sitting in my inventory, so I've been slowly trying to get rid of it. My spouse, she's been playing a bit slower. She plays a lot of a mobile game, King of Avalon or something like that, so she doesn't play as much, but she makes most of her gear, so it's not like I really need to make her anything anyways, and then she buys whatever else. She's like me, right? So she's very self-sufficient at this game, so these guys, yeah, that was 526k, if you didn't notice that, so you get a few bucks when you're, doing your thing, training up your magic at this one place, and I'm gonna do my archery here as well. So let's first start. So when I became a magic person, I thought it was very complex. I was worried it was going to be really hard and complex, and I was just basically thinking, okay, this is just going to be too difficult, and I was confused. I asked questions, people didn't really answer them, and I think people thought maybe I was more of an idiot than anything, and it just didn't really help out too much. So what I ended up learning was basically on my own, and I tried to read some guides, and I didn't even get a lot of information. There's no one out there who actually has a guide out there saying this is how magic works. It didn't quite work that way. So when you come here and you type in, say, staff for RuneScape here, there might be one here, like a battle staff. So you can type in battle staff. That's at level 30, right? So battle staff. So if you type in battle staff here, you're going to see a few different ones. And what makes these kind of interesting is the different kinds. So you want like an air one, a fire one, a water one, and basically these should be all the level 30s, yeah. Basically what these staffs are, when they have an elemental power, we'll just call it like an elemental power infused in them, they basically make it so you don't have to use your water rune. So like, for example, this water staff would make it so it would not require water rune usage. It would just use the air rune or whatever else it mixes with it. So at first I was really confused, but not really. Once I learned that, it wasn't so bad. And then there's staffs, of course, that don't use any, where they have other things to them. So I forget what my first staff was honestly called. There's a mystic staff as well. Okay, it was just staff. There you go, staff of. So the first one I got was staff of air, because the very first attacks you have is air attacks anyways. So basically that saved me wasting my time with that. And then as time went on, I actually used fire, and I don't know why or how it happened. I was like, it doesn't make sense, but I got fire runes, and you need air runes with fire runes as well, and it worked. And then over time, it was another one. I think basically the game automatically picked it. So if we hit the gear down here, go combat settings, actually it's not even in there, go over here and click this button, your skills. You have this magic one here, and I guess basically it jumped from air to fire at one point on its own, and I didn't realize this, but this is basically your magic book. In this book here, your combat, this is sort of your auto attacks. So if you're using dual wield, you'll right click and there will be left, right, or both option when you do the autocast. I think when you do autocast it happens. So basically I'm at level 90 plus now, right? So I autocast to this, right? And basically this will cost us 5 air runes and 5 water runes. Sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. I buy like 10,000 at a time. I mean, they're quite cheap. So I think the water runes are the most expensive ones. Oh no, the air runes are actually the most expensive ones, I guess. Anyways, the point is that basically you right click and select these. So what people will suggest over time is you pick the highest one at the time. Personally, I've been going with the one that hits all the time. But I think once you get to a certain point, you're gonna hit 100% anyways of the aim. I don't know exactly how that math works yet, so it's something I have to learn. But either way, I'm just using the water one right now. So it uses air and water runes. Basically, fire uses like air and fire runes. I think pretty much a lot of things use air runes and then whatever rune. So yeah, so over time it kind of made more sense. Basically, I just leveled and I just carried air and water runes with me, or air and fire, basically, and I was able to do my thing. So kind of moving forward, I wanted to get armor, and because of course we leveled our our attack first, and we got our defense quite high, which is even now higher. I actually leveled up even higher since we last played. I decided that it's probably best that I go and work on my armor first of all. So this armor costs probably 12 to 15 million gold at the time of recording this. And this one is Subjugate or something like that. Subjugation, I think. It's a nice set. It gives you a nice bonus here, of magic and a bit of prayer there on that piece. Oh, I guess all of it might have a bit of prayer. But basically it was the magic bonus on there. So it gives a good, magic bonus on the gear, which of course that's useful. So, and it doesn't degrade. So it was a decent set, level 70. And so that's what I use for there. And then the weapon I use is Staff of Light. Now, Staff of Light has some special information. You of course, you want to wiki all this stuff. You can Google RuneScape .wiki or rs.wiki. And when you go there, just search for, say, Staff of Light or magic weapons, basically. And they'll show you a list. Some of them are quest-based, whatnot, and I didn't want to use anything like that. So I kind of staggered around. But as time went on, it was pretty simple, and I just made sure that I grabbed things that didn't require like other requirements, like a quest or something to complete, because, well, honestly, the last thing I want to do is spend time doing a quest to use a weapon, even if it's beneficial or one day will be beneficial. I just didn't want to do it at the time, especially off camera. When I'm in a grindy mood stage, I just want to kind of do my thing. This person probably wants freebies. I don't know what they're doing. Sometimes people act like they're completely newbie, but then they get people to... I saw one person asking for 1 million credits, say, oh, I'm just short 1 million, can I have some money? And then I hopped another world, and all of a sudden they popped in there. And then I found a similar character with almost the exact same name, but different. And then you could tell they were trading this before they even asked for 1 million. And then before they left that world, they asked for 1 million, and then I opened my mouth, and then they teleport to another world. So people are doing that for scamming reasons, I guess. Okay, so I talked about my weapon. I talked about the subjugate, armor. And that's basically it. And then the runes, of course, that are your ammunition. So pretty simple. And then, of course, we talked about your magic here, which you basically right-click and set, not cast, auto-attack on this. And then basically that'll be, that's your main damage output type, basically. Then there is our necklace. So this type in, I believe it's, what kind of blood rune? There you go, blood rune. So to repair our necklace, you can do it. Well, there's multiple ways, I think, to do it, actually. I just don't know the one way. So I'm going to try to do it this way if I can. So I originally, to repair it, I thought you could just, click the blood rune on it, and it does repair it. But I think there's a cheaper way to do it. So I'm going to go to Burthorpe and see what we can come up with. We met a smither here a long time ago. He helped us smith... put claws or something on that little dwarf lady's foot gear or whatever, climbing gear. And we're going to talk to him again. I know he can help repair our necklace here. It's down to 21%. I've already repaired it fully once. Went to 0. You'll actually see the necklace. I don't know if it dulls as time goes on, but I think it does. So see how it's kind of pinkish and dullish looking? I think as time goes on, you can actually change that up. So what we're going to do is... I think you click it on him, but I don't know for sure. So we're going to click it off our inventory. We're going to use the use button, and we're going to click him. It says it can only be used with a blood rune on it, but this is the part I'm confused, because I think you could get like a discount or something if you smith with it, but I don't know how that works. So Let's see what happens if it's open. So you click this, use 1 blood rune or use 1,000. Okay, well, we use 1,000, I guess. Yeah, 71%. So you recharge the item by 50%. So this is not how it works, apparently. I think I'm doing it wrong again. There is a way, and I'll have to figure it out one day, and I'll tell you guys, or somebody will tell me here. But there is a way, basically, to use your smithing level as a discount for it, but I don't know how. But anyways, using Blood Rune anywhere, even at the GE, you didn't have to come here, seems to be the trick. So it costs quite a bit to repair, but I mean, this necklace is very godly. First of all, it's pretty powerful with the stats there, but the healing is what makes it amazing, so you can't deny that. So while we're in Burthorpe, I might as well show you my training for magic and what I did. So let's start off with our, basically every skill. Melee, range, or magic. You go into the cave entrance up in the north of Burthorpe here, which is the trolls. And I mean, this is for everything. I suggest leveling here 1 to 30 if you can handle it. They're good EXP. You probably won't even get better anywhere else at that point. The only thing is you might go and get bored to hell, basically. So these guys over here, they have their different things once again. So these guys are affected by air. These guys over here, I believe, is range. Yeah, you can see they're affected by your range, your bow. And then these guys over here are affected by slash, I believe. Yeah, so melee. And yeah, that was the first place I went. The second place I went to was to the port, basically. So let's go to the port right now, and I'll show you. Okay. Hello, port. So, don't kill the goblins. So we're going north here. And yeah, so the port basically here didn't do anything special. We went over here, which we've been here before. All the places except the last one we've been to, so it's nothing new. Only 3 places I spent time. So I was at the Burthorpe there at the Trolls till probably about 30-ish. And then I moved over here. And then I can't tell you when I left here. I think my time here was in the 50s, maybe earlier. It was probably just the beginning of the 50s. You probably would have to stay here a little longer and find even in between, depending on your armor. But because I was wearing decent armor and got the blood necklace and things like that, I didn't really need to change things up there. I was able to fight the next guys after this a little early. But basically, I fought these guys. This is when fire was happening, and it was actually shooting fire, oddly enough. Though I was a little confused at the time. Maybe I was using a fire staff, and that's just how it happened, and it switched it automatically. I really don't know. I didn't know how to change my magic at the time. I did not know how to go here and basically right-click and do the auto attack. But either way, I fought these guys with fire magic, and that's what their weakness is, which is awesome. So I spent here quite a while here, probably. I would say spend your time till you're in your 50s, maybe. It'll take a bit of time, but it was worth it. There's probably better things in between, but it was just one of those ones that was a decent little grind, and I didn't mind it. And then our last one, we're going to go to the desert, so we're going to hit A. And the desert one was probably my favorite one and still is my favorite place to level. In fact, I'm going to go here very soon and work on my archery. I believe at 56 I could start working on here as well. And my archery is going to have a whole nother gear set, so I'm going to have to work on that. I'll need another probably 15 mil for it, which we have it, but still it's sad to use up all my credits for it. And, so let's go over here and see. So this is the desert. You don't have to worry about drinking and food and whatnot. You will get a warning over at these gates right when you just pass this bank spot. It's a warning about, the desert. It'll actually be glitchy here. Watch this. It'll glitch right here probably. There you go. And then boom. I guess it's not glitchy. It walks you through there. What normally comes up is a dialogue warning you about the desert, but we don't care. We're just going to walk through it. We're not going to actually be in the desert itself long enough to be affected by the heat and whatnot. And I don't even have an inventory right now. You would want to bring, of course, all these places food, unless if you have really good armor. And even then, this place, I need food sometimes. But by the time I killed enough of them to really need food, if I do need food, I would have probably dropped some food for me. And these guys actually will drop shark for you. That's the crazy part of it. So yeah, so you can get enough food from these guys as time goes on without too many worries. So we're going to go through here. There's going to be a cool little spoiler, which I think is really awesome. I don't know if it was for an event or what it's for, but I thought it was really cool, and I think you guys will enjoy the reference here quite a bit. So, okay. We're going to start walking because our agility is still low. I believe there's food that you can get that you can make you walk. Oh, you're supposed to use the surge ability too once in a while. There you go. I don't ever use it. You're supposed to use it quite often. It's one of those things I forget to click. It even kind of gets messy. I guess I'm so patient. I think a lot of people... Oh, look at it. It's like dropping ice here. Oh, is this kind of the joke? It's dropping like an ice in here? Interesting. Anyways, yeah, it's a TARDIS from Doctor Who. A bunch of penguins. How cool is that? Okay, so... moving on, we're going to go to this little pointy thing out here. Now, remember, I did say that you will have a message, or, sorry, I didn't say you'd have a message, but you will get affected by thirst out here if you're out here too long. Alligators are apparently one of the things that you should kill or can kill for a while, which I did try them out for a bit, and it was kind of fun. They have pretty low health, which makes them kind of special. And, I mean, if you check, they have good EXP as well, 284. I mean, not the world's best, but decent EXP, but you would need to bring, I think, like water skin or something like that. You need to bring water, basically, so you're going to have to kind of look that up to know all the information on there. I barely did it myself just because I wanted to go here, and when you're in the ground here, you're protected, basically, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's go over here. And this is the place where I leveled. So at first I was around this doorway. I was taking like 2 of these guys at once, basically, over time. I was probably a little further and aggroed that guy. But as time went on, I moved right into the bottom back corner here, and I did 3 at a time. And it's a little over 300 EXP an hour. Nothing crazy, but enough to make me happy. So I'd move over here, and basically I would just have these guys killed all the time. And what is unique about this spot compared to anything I've seen so far, which maybe it's common with newer or higher level stuff, I don't know how that works, but these guys you can actually AFK indefinitely without them losing aggro. So what happens is they, after the 10 minutes, they still aggro you. Of course, you need to move around at least once every 5 minutes, or 4 minutes and 59 seconds, whatever, to prevent getting kicked out, which is fine. I might loot or whatever. But basically, these guys will aggro you non-stop. And it's pretty awesome, honestly. So, and this is all I do. What you're seeing is what I've done non-stop. And yeah, so there's an earth spell, there's a fire one, 95 for fire. Earth sounds interesting. So probably if I get my magic to 95 down the road, then I'll probably use the fire one for everything at that point, but we'll see. But I'm using water. Their weakness is water anyways. So I do a lot of damage at this point, so I'm really happy with that. And this is all. I just sit here and let this happen. These guys will also drop different potions, like Strength Potion, Defense Potion, which is the one I use, and I think maybe an Attack or some sort of potion. But basically, I only loot the Defense Potion here and there, and then I consume them. It was just a bit to help me when my defense was a little lower. I started at these guys at 80 defense, then I got to 91 magic, then I worked on my defense to 91. Don't ask why I got to 91. I just... at the time was a little busy, and I just thought, I'll just keep going here. It's just how my brain works sometimes. It wasn't like I needed a set number. It was just, might as well grind it a little longer while I was here. So the next thing I'm going to be grinding here is these guys over here. So if we zoom out here, there's a group of these guys which have the bow symbol on them. So if we click this guy, it's arrows, weakness. I'm going to go back here. I just wanted to show you that it said the weakness is arrows. So I'm going to actually try to get an archer set up, get an archer armor on there, and then I'll make another episode, of course, me playing the archer and where I've leveled up before. Actually, no, we've already done that together. So you guys have already experienced that, really. So basically, it would just be more of a quick episode of just letting you know if it went well or not, maybe showing you me killing these guys, and then we'll do something else during the episode. But as you can see, badass, works really well. Like I said, these guys will, over time, drop Shark, which is useful. They drop a lot of Rune salvage. This one's the cheapest of all of them. It's actually a very rare drop as well. I don't get it very often at all. It's usually, I get the other ones usually dropping, like the medium, large. Once in a while, there's like a very large plate or something, but it's super rare, it seems. I've only got it maybe like 2 times since I've been here, where I've probably gotten hundreds of the other stuff. It may be like a dozen of the small ones, if not less. And I don't elk them on the go. You probably should be. I probably need to learn elk, because really you should be sitting here and alchemizing your items. You actually get a bit more from this, and you also save your inventory space. But I don't. I always thought like it's a good break. Once I fill my inventory with the bigger plates, I thought, you know what, it's just worth going back, just for a clear out, basically. I don't need to click. I click that guy. They'll auto do everything. But anyways, yeah, so that's those guys. And then once you get low health or whatever, when you're ready to go... Oh, by the way, did my necklace change low at all? Yeah, see, my necklace does seem a little darker, but we're a different environment. Anyways, we'll go to a grand exchange with our ring, which... This ring is amazing, because this ring does make me a bit of gold over time. I wouldn't say I've made insane amount of things, but I've gotten like elite scrolls, I think, based on this thing. I also have gotten a few other things from it, like all of a sudden you'll get like a chance to get from the loot table like a bunch of logs or something silly like that. It hasn't. Oh, actually, you know what? It probably has paid itself by now. But then you have to keep in mind, when I was there, I was staying there and farming them till my inventory was kind of full, and even then I was dropping things, so it wasn't like it was purposely making me money, but the ring itself, just opening new loot tables, is worthwhile, I guess, but also the ability to teleport to the GE. To me, that is probably the most epic reason to have the ring. Okay, so before we end this episode, I actually got some pets that I got this one, and there was one more pet, and I've had it for ages, and I just forgot to use it with you guys. I got it one day, I banked it, and I actually forgot about it till I got another pet, thinking, oh shit, I forgot a pet. So I've gotten 2 pets, and one of them is the Sifu pet, which I believe is attack. Yeah, training attack. So there you go. Congratulations, you unlocked this pet. And oh cool, we got a little achievement for that. And then I got this one here, which I believe was, I forget, defense? Oh, constitution. Which for some reason I feel like that's a good one, because you don't get a lot of con XP. You get it all the time, but the con EXP is like a trickle of like, I don't know, a percentage. It's not like full going into magic or whatever. So I always think that maybe that'll take longer. But there we go. So we got those 2 pets there, and which is awesome. Those are our 2 first skilling pets. Now, I don't actually know much about pets at all. In fact, I don't know anything about them. Hell, I don't even know where the pet window is in this game. So you could tell I'm a bit of a noob here. I think they have a special interface for it, but I really don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that one. I don't know where it really is, to be honest. It's going to be one of these things, I'd assume, but... Is this the button? Oh, this switches things around. Oh, okay, so we can go to the gear here. Oh, no, we want to go back to the other one, please. Oh, no, it's probably this one. There you go. Oh, here it is. Familiars. That's probably not what we need, but whatever. We'll open it up right now. Let's keep that down there. Let's open the familiar tab. So familiar is summoning, I think. So no, that wasn't it. I've seen people open a cool interface for it, to be honest. So not knowing how to open this is kind of pathetic on my part, but I really just don't know. Like, when you're a newbie, I've never used this stuff and never really cared to, at least so far. It's kind of pathetic, but you just don't easily know where these things are, so I might have to figure that out off camera eventually and tell you guys how to do that. But this is the magic defense. These are your defensive skills, of course. One's con, one's defense, and then you got your prayer. Prayer is something I really need to get up, but it's like one of those annoying things to get up, so I'm just going to let you know now. We got our magic stuff, of course. You got skilling-based ones as well. So enchant crossbow bolt spell. Enchant crossbow bolts to have an additional magic effect when they are fired. So that might be useful. I have no clue. I have to look into that stuff later on. You got your combat spells. These ones are kind of like you can force some of these to happen, but some of these aren't automatic. So this one increases target damage by 10% for 1 minute. This is probably something you'd use on a boss or something like that. So some cool stuff there I'll have to look into. But yeah, unfortunately, I just don't know where... This is the vote thing, which I've never seen anything to vote for. Oh, closed. I've been here before and saw nothing, but now they show some things, so... Pull archive, pull suggestions. That probably goes to the web, right? Oh, yeah. It just brought up the web browser. Like I assume. Grouping system, social. Yeah. I really do not know where the damn pet window is. That's going to open that, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want that. Oh, well. It'll be something I'll have to figure out over time. Oh, open pet interface. Here you go. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's under customizations. Okay. So you go to skilling pets, and there you go. You got Morty. And there's your Morty the pet, which is like a weird lizard thing. And Sifu is like some kind of like little dragon monk looking thing. So I guess you can just call the pet like this. And there you go. Oh, can you see through them? Oh, wow, that is so freaking cool, actually. Show me what you got. I'm not sure that's appropriate. Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. I've got 93 con. Is that what you're after? I got pretty well... I've got a pretty well ordered bank. ... This silence is uncomfortable. I'll be honest. I was just interested in any food you might have in your inventory. Hunger makes me lose control of the volume of my voice. Oh my. Let's see. Let's feed him anyways. Where's my shark food? There it is. So we use it on him, I guess? Examine. I guess he says the same thing. Oh. I don't know if he has certain food you can feed, and then you can send him home. Basically, he just goes away. Boom. And then I guess, yeah, you can right-click here and open it, or you can click that other... Oh, this is the other screen here. This thing here, customizations, to show your pets. So later on, you'll get, like, legendary pets, and they can actually be used. Like, they actually have features, apparently, so... Which is cool. Which they can go and like... I have no clue. I know like they can finish off like some Slayer mobs. They can finish them off for you without having you to waste a bit more time. Things like that. So has some cool features like that. But anyways, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.